morning. My name is John. I started a news program yesterday. Yesterday was my first episode. I started in hopes to help other parents, other friends, and other people out there looking for answers and looking just, for advice on all kinds of things. One of the topics that, of course, is blanketed us for the last few months is the swine flu. Something I really haven't wanted to talk about. I don't really like talking about it. One, because in my mind I thought it was pretty much a big media blow-up of something that really wasn't that big. We're dealing with just another influenza outbreak. It just has a different name to it this year. 34,000 people die each year, normal influenza. What's the difference? Only 300 people have died so far from this one. Well, upon being blasted, get your flu shots here, swine flu there. It's kind of got me intrigued a little bit because I am a father of 2 children. My wife is pregnant with my 3rd. Not a rich man by any means, and like I said last night, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, small one. I don't even own my own car. Well, the swine flu. Let's get some basic information of it here, and then we'll get into some of the things that I've located about it, so I can try to inform you a little bit here. The swine flu virus is decided as a completely new strain. It's an intercontinental mixture of the human flu, the avian flu, and the swine flu viruses. And this is the new swine flu. Now remember, the swine flu is not a new flu. It has been a flu that actually has been around well before the 70s. And it wouldn't even be a problem in our society until it kind of got accidentally released in 1977. But if you check on the internet, you check your history, there really has not been deaths from the swine flu. So this new version, this new strain that nobody really knew how it happened or where it came from. Well, it's a mixture of 3 different flus. Okay. Well, I kept getting conflicting reports, even watching CNN and Fox. I remember when it first happened, where patient 0 was. Was patient 0 in Mexico? Patient 0 in this country? Was patient 0 in another country? Well, I decided to do a little bit of research, and I found the research on patient 0 is not from Mexico, not from the U.S., and not even from California, where a lot of reports were coming from. A lot of the reports I started getting, a lot of things I started finding, I actually started blowing off. I started getting the word conspiracy. Now, that word scares me away very quickly, and I'm sure it scares most of you away very quickly. I don't like the word because I think of a little guy sitting in a corner somewhere with a satellite dish and a tinfoil hat on his head, keeping UFO signals and the government from watching him through his TV. So I stray away from it. I saw a couple things talking about the Baxter conspiracy, and I left it alone. I left it alone. But I kept seeing it, and I kept seeing it on more than one website, and it actually was starting to come from reputable sources. I'm not a journalist. I do have a college education, but I am not a journalist. It's something that I do like and I do appreciate and I do know about. Do know how to do a little bit of research. Anybody who's gone to high school or college and how to do a book report, knows how to do research. Well, I continue to try to do the research on this, and I am going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it as a conspiracy. I'm going to talk about it as a fact. Baxter contaminated vaccines with avian flu distributed to 18 countries. Scientists investigating the genetic makeup of the virus have concluded that the N1H1 strain is part of the accidental release in 1977. Czech News also reports that the vaccines contaminated with avian flu were distributed to 18 countries. The claim does hold weight to these very protocols that Baxter, Pfizer, any of these pharmaceutical companies have set up that do biological weaponry. Vaccines and their biological weaponry are separate entities completely. There is no way for one to connect to the other. Then how is it that they are. How is it that your normal everyday flu vaccine has this biological avian flu vaccine, or avian flu mixed in with it? Excuse me, it was not a vaccine. Okay? The human form of the H5N1 avian flu, which is mixed in with your flu vaccine, not your swine flu vaccine, but your flu vaccine, is one of the most deadliest biological weapons on earth, with an over 60% kill rate. Why is it in our flu vaccine? Why is the swine flu reared its ugly head now? What are the causes that have brought us to this point? We are here to trust our government. We are here to trust our pharmaceutical companies, our oil companies, any of these big business, big corporations. Big corporation does so much good for us. They protect my family. They protect your family. The government does so much good for us, because I couldn't be sitting here on this camera now if our government wasn't at least one of the greatest governments on earth. I have my freedom of speech. I can warn people of things. I can talk about things. But it's to the point now where we need to start asking questions. There are no definitive facts out there, wherever you read, whatever you watch, that tell you, where did swine flu come from? What is it doing? How many people has it actually killed? How many people are actually infected? Now here's the kicker. How many different versions of the swine flu do you know about? I know of 3. One of them is deadlier than deadly. One of them is the common one everybody has right now. I don't want to tell anybody to not go get a vaccine, or to, oh my God, stay in your house, don't leave. No, I want to tell people this so you can now make your informed decision. You can get online and go to Google. You can get on your Internet Explorer. You can go to the CDC's website. You can do these research. The CDC just released a new training manual on the regulations of emergency procedures, and it basically states that how to make us feel better when the government and when the CDC is doing things that they're not supposed to, are illegal and immoral. How to make us feel okay about it. There is something fishy going under the lines. There is something not right. I don't know what it is, but I hope that if enough people get up and say, no more, we can figure it out as a civilization. Don't let anybody walk all over us. You wouldn't walk into a convenience store and say, and let the convenience store owner tell you that a gallon of milk costs $100 and then gladly pay that $100 and not tell them, well, wait a minute, there's a problem here. No, you would stand up for that. And what is the difference in standing up now? Ask the government. Get the government to respond to this. I can't do it by myself. I need you, your neighbors, your friends, whether in this country, other countries, wherever, to say no more and stand up. Stop taking this lying down. Our friends, our family are dying and are going to start dying more if we don't do something now. I am begging everybody out there. I have 2 children. I don't want to see anything to happen to my children either.
Here are some maps and graphs from the CDC showing just how serious this really is. Do the research yourself.